Good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to today's education based Indiana High School Athletic Association varsity boys basketball game. Say what, the band here at Tipton High School, they're up on the stage. They sound marvelous. Little Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water. They go back a pretty good long ways. Out of their reach, we'll mention tonight's radio coverage is made possible through audiosportsonline.net. That's ASO. That's Rob Kendall. Rob Kendall from the Kendall and Casey Show. That's weekday mornings, 9 to noon on 93.1 FM or WIBC.com. Tonight's game is going to feature the Western Panthers and the Tipton Blue Devils. Should be a good contest. We'll mention the JV contest completed. 51-34, Tipton got the win. It was a good ball game. A lot of good players in the JV. They're going to see varsity action. Definitely next year, some of them, they're going to be ready to go. So we'll mention both teams are out on the floor right now. The Blue Devils, some of them, I should say one of them still have the striped white and blue pants. They got a nice overshirt. It's just got the half sleeve there. Got their number on the back. That looks nice. Has Tipton across the front. And the Western Panthers, they're taking shots from the corner right there. 3-point ball. They're wearing the long sleeve overshirts with Western basketball on the front. And they've got the hat on the back side. And quite a few of those guys still wearing the black and white striped pants. I think they get all that from the University of Indiana University, Bob Knight, way back when. You know, he went 29 years. Tell me another coach that can go that duration in college. Bob Knight was one of the best. He did some things that he probably wish he didn't, but he definitely did a lot of good things. And someone told me that he graduated. Almost all his players, maybe half a dozen, did not graduate under Bob Knight at Indiana University, and I believe it. We'll mention a little bit about each school here tonight. We'll mention first the visiting team on the scoreboard. That is the Western Panthers. Western Panthers. We'll talk about them. I do see Mr. Hyman. That's Aaron Hyman. He's the athletic director. He just got here. He's talking to the Thomas family. That is the in-laws, I should say it that way maybe, of Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs' dad sitting right here beside me. Pretty big, good-sized man himself. But right now, Mr. Hyman talking to a couple of local fans, Grandma and Grandpa, from the Biggs family. So Mr. Hyman's right here, and we got this for you. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
I tell you what, are you having a good time?
Oh, it's always a great time here at Tipton. I love coming over.
You said you had some errands to run. No pun intended. Where'd you go?
Well, actually, we host a big 8-team wrestling invite tomorrow, so I had to set the gym up, get that all ready before I came over here, because I'll be back at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning for it.
Is that going to happen?
It will happen. I think we're going to be able to get it in early. We're going to try to get everybody hustled in there and weigh them in and start maybe early. A lot of our teams are further north, so they're getting less snow, so we're hoping we get it all in.
I tell you what, you do a heck of a job, and you're a graduate from Western. That's got to feel good.
Yes, sir. Yeah, 97 graduate from Western High School, and it's been my longtime community, and I'm proud to be there.
You've been other places, but you got to be glad to be home.
Oh, it is fun. I grew up with a lot of the people I went to school with. They've got kids now, so they pay me to come watch my friends' kids. That's a pretty good gig.
That's a good gig. We're going to do a pregame here, and it's got a lot to do. You'll get to hear it.
We look forward to hearing you. We always like listening to you. We appreciate what you do for kids, too.
It's all for free.
Well, we know that. We appreciate it even more.
My wife says it's okay.
That's the first blessing you need.
Sounds good. Thank you. That is Aaron Hyman. We're going to talk right now about the Western Panthers. Western Panthers High School. They have a school enrollment of 791. They're Class 3A, Sectional 23. There are 7 in their sectional. In their sectional is West Lafayette. They are currently 3-1. Logansport, they're 1-0. Northwestern, they're 1-0. Western, they're 1-2. And Twin Lakes, they're 1-3. Maconaquah, they are 0-2. And the Peru Tigers are 0-3. The principal at Western Panther High School is Mr. Steve Edwards. The athletic director, we just spoke with him. That is Mr. Aaron Hyman. The athletic secretary, she is the best. That is Debbie Wilson. Western High School is located at 2600 South 600 West, Roosevelt, Indiana, 46979. On the website, it's WHSPanthers.com. They wear the collars black, gray, and white. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. And in the East, there are 4 teams. Right now, it's Logansport. They're 1-0. Tipton, they're 2-1. Western, they're 1-2. And Hamilton Heights are 0-3. In the West Division, there are 5 teams. West Lafayette, they are 3-1. Central Catholic, they're 2-2. Benton Central, they're 1-3. Twin Lakes, they're 1-3. And Rensselaer Central, 0-5. The Western Panthers, as mentioned, they're 1-2 on the season. Tonight, going to be their first East Division matchup with the Tipton Blue Devils. We'll mention the Western Panthers offensively. They average in 3 ball games 57.3 points. They give up an average of 65.3. Their head coach is Cameron Bennington. He probably won't mind if I call him Cam. Cam Bennington was a standout 3-sport athlete at Twin Lakes High School. He told me last year his favorite time was when he played quarterback and he got to throw to both of his younger brothers as receivers. Cam Bennington working in year number 3 at Western, 19 wins, 30 losses. We'll mention last year he went 13-11. And we'll also mention in his 4th year, he's overall 28 wins, 46 losses. He was at Winnemac in his first year. We'll mention the next game on the agenda for the Western Panthers is going to be Saturday, tomorrow. If they have it, supposed to be a 6 o'clock JV 7:30 varsity. Rossville Hornets, supposed to be at Western. They are calling for snow. They're calling for 5 or 6 inches, but it's not going to start till about noon. That's what Mr. Hyman was talking about, setting up for the wrestling. He thinks he can get that done before noon. I hope so, too. We'll mention a little bit about the Tipton Blue Devils. Tipton Blue Devils, they have a school enrollment of 454. They're in Class 2A, Sectional 39. There are 6 in their sectional. In their sectional, it is Tipton. They are 2-1. Frankton, the Frankton Eagles, they are rolling. They are 4-0. Sheridan Blackhawks, they're 2-0. Elwood, the Panthers are 2-1. Taylor, the Titans are 1-1, and the Lapel Bulldogs, they played 1 game. They're 0-1. Now, keep in mind, they went deep in the football realm in the postseason. They've got a good coach. Head coach right there is Mr. Miller. We'll also mention principal at Tipton High School is Craig Leach. The athletic director is Colin Quinn. The athletic trainer is Bert Emmert. Tipton High School, that is, they are located at 619 South Main Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by phone by dialing 765-675-7431. On the website, it's TiptonAthletics.com. There were the collars, blue and white. They perform in the Hoosier Athletic Conference. We just went through the Hoosier Conference. And again, in the East, it's Logansport, Tipton, Western, Hamilton Heights. In the East, in the West, it's West Lafayette, Central Catholic, Benton Central, Twin Lakes, Rensselaer Central. And as mentioned, the Tipton Blue Devils are currently 2 wins, 1 loss on the season. Offensively per game in 3 games, 49.3 points. Per game average, they give up an average of 37.3. The head coach for the Tipton Blue Devils, working in year number 1, is Coach Tommy Newton. Tommy Newton, he's 2-1 on the season. The next game on the agenda for the Blue Devils is supposed to be tomorrow night, that they have already postponed tomorrow night's game. It was going to be tomorrow at Yorktown. They're going to play that game after the first of the year. If they do reschedule, it's not a necessity to play Yorktown. And I tell you what, they're doing a public address up there on the big screen. They got nice jumbotrons right here at Tipton High School. They have a couple of them. They got the clock stopped at 3 minutes. So we'll go ahead and mention Hoosier Conference varsity boys basketball tonight on a Friday night, the 12th day of December. There are 6 games scheduled, and those games are 7:30 start. Hamilton Heights at 0-3. They are at Logansport 1-0. That is an East Division matchup. 7:30 start. Central Catholic at 2-2 are at Covington. Covington 0-6. 8 o'clock start tonight. Rensselaer Central at 0-5. They are at North White tonight at 1-2. 3 more 7:30 games. The first one is Tri-County at 2-1. They are at Twin Lakes 1-3. West Lafayette, the Red Devils, on the road with 3-1 on their record. They are at Crawfordsville tonight at 1-1. And the final game tonight, you already know, it's the Western Panthers at 1-2. They are here with the Tipton Blue Devils at 2-1, and that is an East Division matchup in the Hoosier Conference. We'll go ahead and mention what's supposed to happen tomorrow night. Not sure how many of these games are going to happen. We do know Tipton has already postponed with Yorktown. Tomorrow night, it's supposed to be Benton Central at Hamilton Heights. Doubtful. Clinton Prairie at West Lafayette, I don't know. Logansport at Rochester could happen. That's the Northern Territory. Rensselaer Central supposed to be at Twin Lakes. That would be a West Division Conference game. Rossville supposed to be at Western tomorrow night. I haven't heard the word yet. That may or may not happen, and we already know Tipton is already postponed with Yorktown tomorrow night. But I went ahead and mentioned, we'll go ahead and talk about this. Tuesday night coming up on the 16th, Hoosier Athletic Conference. There are 3 games scheduled. 8 o'clock p.m. game supposed to be Hanover Central at Rensselaer Central. 7:30 game, Twin Lakes. The Indians will be at the Western Panthers. Now that's Tuesday night, the 16th. And the Tipton Blue Devils, currently at 2-1. They will be at Muncie Central High School. They are 2-0 presently. Tomorrow night, they're supposed to play Hamilton Southeastern. I don't know if that'll happen due to the weather. But we'll mention Muncie Central. Tipton has played there the previous 2 years. Muncie Central, capacity for seating, 6,578. That's a lot of folks. And we'll mention Tipton at 2-1. Tonight, they have Western. And tomorrow night, they were supposed to have Yorktown. It's not going to happen. It's already postponed. But that's what's supposed to be happening here in the early going. And Blue Devils and the Western Panthers making their way to the bench area. 1 minute left on the pregame. Both teams getting a heads up right here. Both teams have their starters seated at the bench area. The rest of them standing around. They're getting a chalk talk right now. Coach Cameron Bennington for Western and Coach Tommy Newton for the Tipton Blue Devils as the officials come over to the bench and they knuckle it up with a whole bunch of folks down there. It's always good to have the spectators on your side if you're an official. I tell you what, officials are a commodity. I said a lot of officials, if you want to be an official, you probably can call the IHSAA. They're right there at Meridian and 96th Street. That's where they're located. Get a hold of them and it gets you Get your rule book of whichever sport you would like to cover, and they will help you get that done. And I got a text here from Mr. Dave Bergemeyer. He's down in Evansville. He's the former mayor of Tipton. He does officiating. I know he is listed. He is a good one. We're going to set this down. National anthem. That's our national anthem. That was the Tipton High School band. They are up on the stage. And they're getting ready to announce the starters. And we'll do just the same. First, we'll talk about the Western Panthers. They'll start like this. Wearing number 15, 6-foot junior, 2 points per game average, Brett Khalil. Wearing number 23, 6-foot junior, 7.3 points per game average, Eli Rowe. Wearing number 24, 6'3", he's a senior, 24.3 points per game average, Carter Biggs. Wearing number 31, a 5'11" senior, wears number 13, Brady Thompson. And wearing number 40, 6'5" senior, 6 points per game average, Levi Shoemaker. The head coach is Cam Bennington. Now for the Tipton Blue Devils, they'll start like this. Wearing number 2, 6'2" junior, 15 points per game average. That's Peyton Aller. Wearing number 4, 6'2", he's a junior, 3.7 points per game average, Quinn Smith. Wearing number 21, 6'8" junior, 11.7 points per game average, Grayson McFalls. Wearing number 22, 6'2", he's a freshman, 6.3 points per game average, Kellen Williams. And wearing number 23, 6'1", he's a sophomore. He is the point guard, and he is the quarterback for the Tipton Blue Devils. That is Quinn Toll. The head coach for the Tipton Blue Devils is Mr. Tommy Newton. So the Blue Devils getting ready to be introduced. They did turn the lights down, and I was ready with my flashlight, and they are playing music right now, and we'll mention this game is in part being brought to you by Scott Gashaw. While growing up and accepting the responsibility of becoming the young man that hopefully mom and dad could be proud of, a work ethic development that may have begun while preparing daily for that high school and middle school, that next wrestling match, and each of the matches before it. A strong will to want to succeed with a will to please others can be part of a recipe needed to graduate from the desired level of education that you set forth to achieve. From becoming a contractor to doing safe demolitions when called upon, we wish the best for this year's Tipton Blue Devils and each and every Blue Devil playing basketball tonight and each Friday night opponent. Signed, Scott Gashaw, a forever fan of the Tipton Blue Devils. So they're announcing the starting lineups right now. Quinn Toll being introduced. This game is also in part being brought to you by Los Portales. That is a Mexican restaurant here in Tipton. Join them for elegant dining. They are located not too far off the path on your way home. That's exquisite Mexican menu. Dine in and carry out 765-675-2383. Multiple TVs all throughout the restaurant. Visit them at 848 East Jefferson Street, Tipton. And you can also find them in Greentown at 204 East Main Street. So they're going to knuckle it up right there. It's going to be Grayson McFalls jumping center for the Blue Devils. He's going to jump up against number 40, Levi Shoemaker. He's 6'5". Grayson McFalls, 6'8". Couple of big young men out there. The officials ready to go. They're giving the thumbs up to the bench. And they're going to let the shortest official on the floor toss this up. So here we go. There's the toss. Nice toss. 7:38 p.m. Backcourt picked up by the Western Panthers. Biggs, he'll hand the ball off. They're working around left side, way out top. Eli Rowe. They're working back around. That's 24. Carter Biggs out top. They're working around the perimeter, back out top. Garden Biggs is Peyton. Oh, he's going to dribble in. Going to be a block shot. Blocked the shot while it was still in his hand. Grayson McFalls. Ball ends up out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Western Panthers. They'll bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. It's going to be brought in right there by Carter Biggs. He'll toss it to the corner. They're working back around. And that's Quinn Toll guarding the basketball. Going to dribble in. That's 23. Eli Rowe. He'll kick it back out. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Western Panther. 31, Brady Thompson. And they board the basketball in the front court. And they'll have the basketball again. They're going to call an over and back. They're going to call an over and back call. The ball got tipped to the back court. The Western Panthers are going to play it as if it was tipped by Tipton, and the official says no. Not a lot of argument there. So they give the ball back to Tipton. Brought in, slightly backcourt. Quinn Toll on the dribble. He'll bounce it in top of the circle. Grayson McFalls. You're going to hand the ball off. Peyton Aller way out top. He'll dribble it left side. Working against him is Carter Biggs. They're going to work it back around. Kellen Williams picks it up, right elbow, back out top. They'll work it to Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith gets the ball back. He'll dribble the paint. Left-handed layup, reverse, would not go. Rebound out there. Western Panthers on the dribble is 23, Eli Rowe. There's going to be a first foul committed in the ball game. They're going to whistle this foul on Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll has one. Team has one. First foul in the game. Going to be brought in left the bucket on the baseline by Western. Tossed in, baseline. They'll bring it back out top. Thought about shot. Eli Rowe going to dribble in. He's going to bounce it down low. It was a kick there, but it was unintentional. Ball ends up in the hands of Western. Out top, 3-point shot. Wouldn't go. That was Brett Calillo. Rebound again by Western. Western getting some offensive boards early in this first quarter. 6:35 on the game clock. Still no score on the dribble outside the arc. Going to dribble back around Calillo. Working back out top. Back pedal dribble. Working a basketball. Brett Calillo. They're going to give the ball up. Eli Rowe, he'll take a shot, 16-footer, right elbow. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Quinn Smith for the Blue Devils to the front court. Pass, Peyton Aller now back out. Quinn Smith, triple threat available. He'll dribble right from way out top. He'll dish the ball out top of the circle. Grayson McFalls. McFalls going to dribble in, lost the handle. It's going to be stolen. Going back the other direction, Carter Biggs. He goes off the glass, couldn't get the bucket, but he'll shoot two. Carter Biggs knew that he had an opportunity there to draw a foul. He kind of put his body in such a fashion to draw the foul. He did. He did get the shot to go, but he was hoping for a 3-point play. So Quinn Toll is going to pick up the foul. He's got two in this contest. Carter Biggs' first shot good. It's a 1-0 contest. Western in front. 24, Carter Biggs from the foul stripe. He's working on that foul shot. He's above 50%. He's farther above that now, and he's got both of them. He got both of them at the stripe. It's 2-0 contest. Quinn Toll going to take a breather with his second foul. Blue Devils check in the lineup with 32. Isaac Cumminghouse, and Isaac got him a fresh haircut. We're in it out top, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith being guarded quickly and tight by Eli Rowe. Out top, Quinn Smith, they're going to whistle a foul. Eli Rowe, a little bit too tight there. Going to pick up the foul. He's going to get back up and walk a little bit gingerly. So he picks up his first team foul, number 1. Blue Devils have 2 fouls here in the first quarter, and they have 1 on the board. So they're going to work it back around. Quinn Smith deep in the front court, being guarded there by Carter Biggs. They'll work it left side behind the arc. Isaac Cumberhouse. He'll bounce it in. Grayson McFalls. Out top, Kellen Williams. He'll drive the lane. He'll take a shot. Got it blocked. And the rebound is going to be a foul whistled on 32, Isaac Cumberhouse. Cumberhouse going to pick up his first foul. That's 3 in the quarter. They have 2 on the board. I believe Quinn Toll has 2. So the Blue Devils have 3. They have it corrected now. They're working right and left side without basketball. And the dribble there is 15. Khalil, he'll dribble it in. It'll be blocked shot out of bounds. 6'8". Grayson McFalls already with 2 blocked shots in this ball game. 5:24 on the game clock. 2-0 advantage. Western has 2 free throws. Carter Biggs. He tossed in, slightly backcourt. Picked up right there, I should say, top of the key. They tossed that one into 40. Levi Shoemaker, he tossed it to the corner. It goes out of bounds. It was tipped by Tipton. It's going to be brought in right at the bucket on the baseline in the Western front court. Be tossed in there by Carter Biggs. They'll get it in. That's 15. Brett Khalil back out to Biggs. Being guarded there by Peyton Aller. He'll dribble between the legs a few times. He'll work it through the corner. Dribble in Eli Rowe. He'll dish it down low. And it looked like a blocked shot. He was under the bucket. Was not going to get the shot over the rim. He was deep under the bucket. But he'll pick up 2 shots at the foul stripe. Going to the foul stripe for Western is number 40, Levi Shoemaker. Shoemaker has shot 5 free throws on the season and now 6. He's looking for his first make. That foul was whistled on 32, Isaac Cumberhouse. Second shot, rings around, got it. So Levi Shoemaker hits the free throw, the back end of a 2-shot foul. 5 minutes left, the 3-0 contest. Sounds like a football game here in the first quarter. We're going to back around outside the arc, Quinn Smith. He'll bring it back out. He'll try to reset the offense. Out top of him is Eli Rowe. He'll dish it right elbow just outside the elbow, the free throw line. That was Grayson McFalls. Back to Isaac. Now back to Quinn Toll. I should say Quinn Smith. Quinn Toll on the bench right now. He's got 3 fouls. A dribble in. 2-point shot off the glass. Got it. Quinn Smith in the paint. 6'2". Quinn Smith got a lot of playing time last year for the Blue Devils. And they're working back around the front court. 3-2 contest. Western in front. On the dribble, Eli Rowe. Lost his footing. Got back up. Kicked it outside the arc. 3-point shot. Wouldn't go for Khalil. Rebound, Kellen Williams. He'll dribble to the front court. That's Quinn Smith. Crossover dribble. He'll dribble in, kick it to the corner. They're going to call a foul. Foul's going to be whistled prior to any shot. Going to be brought in from out of bounds. And they're going to allow Western Panther, number 20, enter the ball game. That's Gavin Hartzler, 5'10" sophomore, taking a breather for Western. It's 31, Brady Thompson. Also in the ball game for Western is number 30, Maddox Williams. 6'2" junior, taking a breather, is 23, Eli Rowe. Be brought in right in the bucket on the baseline, Quinn Smith. They kick it to the corner. That's Peyton Aller. Behind the arc, he'll dribble in. He's going to lose the handle, and it's going to go out of bounds. It's going to belong to Western. 3:58 on the game clock. 3-2 contest. Western in front. Western with 3 free throws here in the ballgame. 2 for Carter Biggs and 1 for Levi Shoemaker. Outside the arc on the dribble, Carter Biggs. He'll pop a shot. Right elbow wouldn't go. Rebound, number 4, Quinn Smith. To the front court, Kellen Williams. He'll bring it back out, Isaac Humrichhouse. Humrichhouse going to dish it in just outside the arc now. Grayson McFalls, he'll dribble in. Pretty good collision there. No foul called. Kellen Williams going to dribble in. They'll get it to Isaac Humrichhouse back to the corner. Williams wants to dribble in. He'll take a 2-point shot and get it. Kellen Williams, 2-point bucket. Going to credit the assist as he slapped 5 with Isaac Humrichhouse. It's a 4-3 contest. Blue Devils by 1. Outside the arc, Carter Biggs. 3-point shot, good. Left up center, that's number 24. Carter Biggs, he's shooting the 3 ball at 33%. Three-point shot behind the arc wouldn't go. That was Grayson McFalls. Rebound, Western Panthers to the front court. Carter Biggs. They work it outside the arc on the dribble in. They'll kick it through the corner. Working it back around. That's 30, Maddox Williams. They go opposite corner with Khalil. Now back out top. Carter Biggs being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Triple threat available. He'll pick up a screen. It's going to be an offensive foul. Moving on the screen right there was Levi Shoemaker. Trying to get by the ball, and he moved his feet to try to set a better screen, and the official was there to see it. So Shoemaker picks up his first foul here in the ballgame. 4 fouls here at cumulative here in the first quarter on Tipton. 2.5 minutes left. 3 fouls so far on Western here in the first quarter. They're working out top. Tipton in the front court, Isaac Humrickhouse. They're working right side behind the arc. Quinn Smith out top. Kellen Williams, 3-point shot, long off the rim, wouldn't go. Rebound Western, that was 20. Gavin Hartzler to the front court. They go off the glass, 2-point bucket, good. Right at the bucket, 24, Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs is 6'3" senior. 2 minutes left here in the quarter. Pick up a screen there. Grayson McFalls. They tried to give and go, and McFalls couldn't handle the pass. Goes out of bounds. That was a pretty swift pass from Peyton Aller. Pretty difficult pass to handle. Goes out of bounds. Belongs to Western. Western crossing the timeline. Carter Biggs. They work it left side behind the arc. Moving it back and forth. 3-point shot. Outside the arc. The shot taken by 20. Gavin Hartzler. Rebound Tipton. Tipton to the front court. They'll dish it in. Grayson McFalls. Hook shot in the paint. Got it. 6'8". Grayson McFalls, just a junior. His game has extremely increased since a year ago. 1:28 on the game clock, fourth quarter, tie ball game at 6. Out front with the basketball. They move it back around. They go to the corner with it. Khalil, that is Brett Khalil. Out top, 3-point shot on the way off the glass. Shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by 30. Maddox Williams, rebound. Tipton, Isaac Humrickhouse. Outlet, Peyton Aller. Aller going to pick up a screen from Grayson McFalls. He'll dish the ball off. Kellen Williams in the paint. Going to have to get out of the paint. He will. And an errant pass probably going to be picked up, and it was picked up by Isaac Humrickhouse. Grayson McFalls out top, dishes the ball off. Triple threat, and Quinn Smith going to dribble in. He'll dribble in the paint. They'll try to take a shot in the paint. It's going to be a foul whistle. And they're going to whistle this on the Western Panthers, number 30, Maddox Williams. Maddox Williams going to pick up the foul. He has 1. Team foul number 4. 48.6 left here in the first quarter, and we're going to shoot free throws the rest of the way. Quinn Smith at the stripe. First shot up and good. Quinn Smith, he's now 4 for 6 on the season, 67%. Grayson McFalls going to take a breather in the ball game for Grayson is 6'6" senior. Number 33, Zach Ridgway. So one more shot for Quinn Smith. It's an 8-7 contest, and now it's 8-8. Tie ball game again at 8. 48 seconds, clock moving. Peyton Aller going to guard the basketball full court. Carter Biggs, the dribbler. Spin move, he's going to dribble in. Picks up the basketball, right elbow, tries to go to the corner with it. It's intercepted by Isaac Humrickhouse. Humrickhouse with the steal, picks up the dribble way out top, goes left side in the corner. Right there, Peyton Aller, they're going to whistle a foul. Not a lot of contact there, but they're going to whistle a foul on Western. That's number 30, Maddox Williams. And Zach Ridgway absorbs the foul, and he'll shoot 2 with the 5th foul here in the quarter. 29.4 left. Zach Ridgway has a couple. First one up and good. Substitution in the ballgame. Western original starter back in. Levi Shoemaker taking a breather is 30, Maddox Williams. So Zach Ridgway on the season takes his first foul shot and makes it. He'll get one more. Zach Ridgway short off the rim would go. He's 1 for 2 on the season. Rebound out of there. Controlled by Western as number 20, Gavin Hartzler. 22 seconds left. Crossing the timeline, Carter Biggs going to dish off. Eli Rowe. Outside, Shoemaker. They go opposite side. 3-point shot in the air, short off the rim. Shot taken by Carter Biggs. Rebound. Zach Ridgway. They'll go to the front court. Peyton Aller going to go left-handed layup off the glass. Got the bucket. The 12-8 contest, 1 second. They're not going to get a shot away. The ball ended up over in the fans, out of bounds on the baseline. They couldn't hardly grab it to throw it in to get a good legitimate shot away at the end of the quarter. So at the end of one quarter of play, Tipton Blue Devils 12, Western Panthers 8. And we do thank you for tuning in. And we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Encompass Credit Union. If you're looking for a financial partner that's as community-minded as you are, welcome to Encompass Credit Union, North Central Indiana's premier financial institution. At Encompass Credit Union, they believe in putting their members first. Whether you're looking for lower rates on loans, higher rates on savings, or just a friendly face to help you with your financial needs, they've got you covered. Join them today and become a financial cooperative that truly cares, with branches in Tipton, Frankfort, and Kokomo. They are here to serve the community. That's Encompass Credit Union, where community comes full circle. Visit them at encompasscu.org or at any of their convenient locations. That's Encompass Credit Union. So the Blue Devils going to get the basketball alternate possession arrow. They did not get the tip. It was controlled by Western. That's going to be brought in half court. Quinn Smith going to toss it in uncontested to Peyton Aller across the timeline. Work it right side. Isaac Humrickhouse. Back out top, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith being guarded there by Eli Rowe. He'll bring the ball back out. Pick it up. Work it right side, well behind the arc. Peyton Aller back to Quinn. Quinn Smith, a double team there. He'll bounce pass left side in the ball game for Tipton. It's number 40, Jace Clark. They'll work it down low. Zach Ridgway. He'll dish it back out to Clark. They'll go behind the arc. 3-point shot. Rims out. Wouldn't go. And that was taken by Isaac Humrickhouse. Rebound put back is good. Credit the bucket, Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller for 2. It's a 13-6 contest. Blue Devils by 7. Ball's in the front court on the dribble. Crossover dribble. Carter Biggs in the paint. He'll go off the glass. He'll shoot 2. He tried a right-handed layup left side of the glass, but he's pretty sure he was going to get fouled. And he'll go back to the stripe. He was good on both in the first quarter. He'll shoot 2 more. That foul whistle on 33, Zach Ridgway. He has 1. Carter Biggs, first shot, rims out long, wouldn't go. Carter Biggs, he's now 10 for 18 on the season. He'll get 1 more. Early season right here, 3 games under the belt of both teams. Shot wouldn't go. Rebound in the paint. Levi Shoemaker went up with a shot, couldn't get it. Rebound, Isaac Humrickhouse for the Blue Devils. Outlet, Peyton Aller. He'll cross the timeline at a walk pace. Stationary dribble, way out top. And working right side behind the arc, Isaac Humrickhouse. Now back to Peyton. Left side, working a basketball. Jace Clark, cross-court skip pass. Out top, Peyton Aller. Back to Jace. Jace going to try a 3. Short off the mark, wouldn't go. Rebound, Zach Ridgway. His put back wouldn't go. Rebound out there, Western Panthers, Eli Rowe. They're working through the front court. Working back out top. 3-point shot, Eli Rowe, good. Eli Rowe for 3. He's shooting 43% from three-point land. He's now 4 for 8, 50%. They say 30% is good from three-point land. Going to be a steal in the front court. Almost. Quinn Toll trying to find Jace Clark with a chest pass, tipped out of bounds by Western Panther, number 31, Brady Thompson. And Zach Ridgway going to take a breather. Back in the ball game for him is Grayson McFalls, number 21. So they'll work it in the front court. Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith works at left side. Jace Clark, cross-court skip pass. Peyton Aller behind the arc in the corner. They're working back out top. Quinn Smith and working left side. Baseline jumper. Isaac Humrickhouse, good. About a 14-footer. Humrickhouse for 2. It's a 15-11 contest. 5:50 left here in the second quarter. On the dribble, Carter Biggs kicks it back out. 3-point shot, good. Gavin Hartzler, credit the assist to Carter Biggs. It's a 15-14 contest. Blue Devils by 1. Behind the arc, Peyton All, or you go to the corner with it. Isaac Humrickhouse picks up the dribble. Cross court skip pass out top of the circle there. Quinn Smith back to Isaac. Now Quinn Smith again. They go to the corner with it. Jace Clark going to try another three. Got it. Jace Clark, right corner baseline. 3-point shot for Clark is good. It's an 18-14 contest. Blue Devils by 4. On the dribble crossover. Opposite corner, 3-point shot rims out. Levi Shoemaker with the rebound to kick it back out to try a second three. Outside the arc, a third three off the mark. Rebound put back is good. That was 23, Eli Rowe. About 3 offensive boards right there, set up Rowe for a layup. 18-16. 4:45 on the game clock. In the front court, back pedal dribble out top. That's Quinn Smith, goes to corner with it. Jace Clark to work it inside out play. 3-point shot would go. That was Isaac Humrickhouse. Rebound Western, Gavin Hartzler. And they'll work a 3-point shot just off the mark. Shot taken there by Brady Thompson, number 31. To the front court on the dribble. Peyton Aller finds Jace Clark. He'll nail another 3-point shot. Left elbow extended. Jace Clark versus Tri-Central. He was on fire from 3-point land. He's sparking up right now. 4:06 left here in the quarter. 21-16. 3-point shot, Western Panthers. Wouldn't go. That shot taken by 31, Brady Thompson. Long Karam trying to high point the basketball. Going to be a foul whistle on the Western Panthers. That's number 40, Levi Shoemaker. He'll pick up the foul, and Isaac Humrickhouse is going to check out the ball game. He'll get a breather. And 22 back in the game, freshman Kellen Williams for Tipton. 3:55 on the game clock. Out top, Grayson McFalls, one dribble, picks up the dribble. Out top, working the basketball, left-handed player, Kellen Williams. He'll bounce it out top. Jace Clark, now back out to Quinn Smith. Cross-court skip pass, Kellen Williams. Blue Devils trying to balance the floor. 3:35 on the game clock. Elbow in the paint. Going to go off the glass. Going to be a foul. Excuse me, going to be a traveling situation. They're going to whistle this travel on Quinn Smith. And Coach Tommy Newton going to enter the game with number 11, Owen Spidell. He's a 6-foot junior. So they're going to call a timeout. It's going to be a timeout whistle by Western. It's going to be a 60-second timeout. We'll mention tonight's ballgame is in parts being brought to you by Fritz and Fishers. FritzandFishers.com. They buy, they sell, they trade. They'll help you finance your quality car, truck, or SUV. They have preferred low mileage and one-owner automobiles. They have 2 Hamilton County, Indiana locations. One is in Fishers at 8599 East 116th Street, 317-842-2228. That's 317-842-2228. They have another location, Noblesville. It's right there along State Road 32 between Noblesville and Westfield. You can dial them there at 317-773-2232. And that's FritzandFishers.com. FRITZ. So they're going to bring that ball in from the backcourt. It's going to belong to the Western Panthers. Blue Devils going to try to provide some pressure in the backcourt. So they're going to toss it in. Eli Rowe, it's going to be stolen a little bit too far out in front of Carter Biggs. And the ball stolen by Peyton Aller. He tosses it inside. Eli and Kellen Williams goes off the glass. 2-point bucket, and he'll shoot one. 23-16. We're going to see a sub back in the game right here for Western. It's going to be 31, Brady Thompson. Taking a breather is going to be Western Panther, 23, Eli Rowe. Both are original starters. Be one shot for Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams rimmed out, wouldn't go. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it last touch by Western. It's going to belong to Tipton underneath their own bucket. So the Blue Devils going to bring it in left of the bucket on the baseline. The trigger man is going to be number 2, Peyton Aller. 3:28 left here in the second quarter. 23-16. Looking to get it in. He'll go deep behind the arc to Jace Clark. Clark on the dribble, back to Peyton Aller, back pedal dribble near the center circle. He'll work a right side behind the arc, Kellen Williams. Williams being guarded there closely by Gavin Hartzler. We're working out behind the arc again, Peyton Aller. Aller going to work it in. Grayson McFalls in the paint. He'll take a shot. He'll get fouled, and he'll shoot two. Grayson McFalls, 6'8" junior. So we're going to whistle this foul on number 20, Gavin Hartzler. Hartzler going to pick up his first foul in the ball game. 3:08 left. 23-16 Blue Devils by 7. Grayson McFalls shooting two. First shot, good. Grayson McFalls taking his first free throws. I take that back. Grayson McFalls started this game at 80%. 8 for 10. He got, well, second one rimmed out, wouldn't go. Rebound, Levi Shoemaker. That's going to be a foul during the rebound. They're going to whistle this on Peyton Aller. Peyton didn't want that foul. That was kind of an unnecessary foul. But they're going to wipe some perspiration off of the basketball. You know these guys are sweating. For sure. They were sweating in pregame. 3:07 left. I bet Phillip Rivers is going to do some sweating on Sunday. I tell you what, I hope he does well. Going to bring the ball in. Carter Biggs. 3:04 clock moving. Going to guard him full court. He is Owen Spidell. Spidell, some fresh legs off the bench. So working out top. Western Panther 15. Brett Khalil. Back out. Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs on the approach. Behind the back dribble out top of the circle. He'll dribble in the paint. Kick it through the corner. Going to dribble in. Thought about a shot. He would take a shot. 2-point shot taken there by 31 Brady Thompson. Rebound Tipton. Rebound Grayson McFalls. Now Peyton Aller back to Grayson. Might have got away with a travel there. Out top again with the basketball. Peyton Aller, he gets some instructions from Coach Tommy Newton. Outside the arc, 3-point shot, rims around. Going to pop hard off the rim and go over the backboard. That was Jace Clark. He had the shot. Jace Clark, if I'm not mistaken, he's 2 for 3. Maybe 2 for 4 from three-point land here in the quarter. So Levi Shoemaker going to take a breather. Western Panthers going to bring it to the front court in the ball game for Western. 32 Mason Hurst, 6'6" sophomore. He'll dribble in. Carter Biggs. He'll draw the foul. Little hesitation jump there. He knows exactly what to do. He'll buy himself another trip to the foul stripe. So Isaac Humrichhouse is going to check in after this first shot. Carter Biggs going to shoot two. First shot up and good. And back in the ball game for Tipton is Isaac Humrichhouse. Taking a breather is 21. Grayson McFalls. McFalls has 2 fouls here in the first half. Back in the ball game for Western is number 30, Maddox Williams. Taking a breather is 32, Mason Hurst. With Carter Biggs, second shot also good. Got both of them. 24-18, 6-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Peyton Aller going to bring it to the timeline and slow it up in the front court. The bounce it out top, Amelia Steele. Jace Clark not paying attention there, but regathers the basketball. They're working inside. Isaac Humrichhouse. They're going to call a traveling violation. There was a push there. I think the travel only took place because Isaac was pushed from behind, and they called the travel. To the front court. Western Panthers in a hurry. Off the glass. Shot wouldn't go on the rim. Finger roll would go for Carter Biggs. They find him underneath, and he was uncontested. 2-point bucket for Biggs. 1:40 left here in the second quarter. 24-20. Blue Devils by 4. Out top of the basketball. We're working back around. Isaac Humrichhouse. Kellen Williams out top. Now Peyton Aller. Aller's going to dribble. He'll dribble inside the paint. Kick it back out. Baseline. 2-point shot. Good. Kellen Williams. 2-point bucket. About a 12-footer on the baseline. It's a 26-20 contest. 1:22 left here in the first half. We'll also mention tonight's ball game being brought to you by Indiana Express Rentals. When you find yourself looking for that dependable moving truck rental company, that high-quality choice isn't far away. You can call Indiana Express Rentals. They're at the south edge of Noblesville, Indiana. 1708 South 8th Street. Call them at 317-773-4800. Again, 317-773-4800. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. That's Indiana Express Rentals in Noblesville. Ball brought in backcourt. We bring it to the timeline at 24. Carter Biggs be picked up outside the three-point line by Quinn Smith. And we're going behind her arc, and we're going to back and forth. Now back out top, Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs going to go to the opposite corner. Three-point shot in the air, rimmed off, wouldn't go. Shot taken there by Gavin Hartzler. High Karam going to go out of bounds, going to get part of the backboard, and it's going to belong to Tipton. So it's going to be brought in backcourt. Isaac Humrickhouse, Peyton Aller going to walk it to the timeline. 1 minute left here in the second quarter. 26-20, Blue Devils by 6. Now Quinn Smith going to work it out down the sideline there. Isaac Humrickhouse, he'll dribble in the paint. Jump shot, got it. About an 8-footer for Isaac Humrickhouse. Isaac Humrickhouse for 2. 6'4" Isaac. And we're back behind the arc. 3-point shot. Rims out, shot wouldn't go there. That was Brady Thompson trying to board the basketball. Was Western Panther number 20, Gavin Hartzler. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tipton. 34.1 left. It's an 8-point ball game. Tipton in front. 28-20. Will be brought in, left the bucket on the baseline in the front court. Brought in by Carter Biggs. Tipped around. Picked up finally by 31. And Brady Thompson outside the arc. 3-point shot. Good. Right there in front of the Blue Devil bench. Credit that bucket. Number 30, Maddox Williams. Maddox Williams shooting 33% from three-point land. 17 seconds left. Front court. Quinn Smith on the dribble. 28-23. Blue Devils by 5. Out top of the circle, Isaac Humrickhouse. He'll get it back to Peyton Aller in the paint. It'll be a bump foul before the shot. And Peyton Aller going to get the ball out of bounds. They're going to whistle this foul on 15, Brett Khalil. 6.6 seconds left. It's going to be brought in on the baseline, left of the bucket for the Blue Devils. Quinn Smith looking to get it in. 6.6 left, second quarter. Having a hard time behind the arc. Owen Spidell will get it back out top. Isaac Humrickhouse, now Kellen Williams. You're going to let it go at the foul line, wouldn't go. So he jump shot the foul line, wouldn't go, and that'll take us to halftime. Halftime score, Tipton Blue Devils 28, Western Panthers 23. And at both these teams, you know, they're sweating. They're going to go into the locker room now. As the Spirit sections both out on the surface, and we'll mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Hope Jewelers Tipton. Hope Jewelers Tipton, precious times are made for precious moments. And Hope Jewelers are there to meet your every special need in the field of diamonds, gold and silver, etc. Stop in and visit Hope Jewelers. They're in downtown Tipton, next to the Diana Theater. Hope Jewelers, they're located at 135 East Jefferson Street, Tipton, Indiana, 46072. You can reach them by telephone. You can dial them at 765-675-9720. Again, their number is 765-675-9720. That's Hope Jewelers. They're open daily, Tuesday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. They're open on Saturday, 9:30 to 2, and that's Hope Jewelers in Tipton. And also bringing you tonight's contest is Edward Jones. Edward Jones, Tipton. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and the encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Kurt D. Hare, your Tipton Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Tipton High School athletics and PutMeInSports.com. For all of your investment needs, you can call Edward Jones at 675 9535. That's EdwardJones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. And we'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Jim Dandy Restaurant. Jim Dandy Restaurant. At Jim Dandy, you'll not only enjoy an incredible dining experience, and a Jim Dandy menu simply speaks for itself. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, hot soups, fresh fruits, and a fully loaded salad bar. And even though the Tipton High School was being constructed in the early 1960s, Jim Dandy Restaurant continues to support Tipton Blue Devil basketball and Tipton Blue Devil athletics since prior to opening in 1964. Jim Dandy Restaurant, good food, good friends, good times. Open 7 days. That's Tipton, Jim Dandy Restaurant. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in part being brought to you by Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. Is your roof ready for game day? At Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, they know the best offense is a strong defense, starting with your roof. From repairs to full replacements, siding to gutters, they've got your home covered, literally. Ranger Roofing and Exteriors is locally owned by Jordan Beck. His team plays hard, works harder, and doesn't stop till the job is done right. To contact Ranger Roofing and Exteriors, go online to rangerroofingexteriors.com or call them at 317 361 7858. Again, 317 361 7858. That's Ranger Roofing and Exteriors. And we'll remind you, got some snow on the way tomorrow. About 12 noon, that's when Brian Wilkes, and what I kind of trust him quite a bit. He's about my age anyway. He played football in high school. He told me, he said to the audience, I should say, that he was a lineman. He looks like a lineman. But Brian Wilkes said, we're going to get some snow, maybe 5 or 6 inches. It's going to start about noon tomorrow, and it's not going to let up till about 7 p.m. So the Blue Devils administration, along with the Yorktown Tiger administration, have already decided to postpone their ball game. So it's not going to happen tomorrow night. So Put Me in Sports will not be on the air tomorrow night at Yorktown. But we'll also mention tomorrow, I'm not sure, but Rossville is supposed to be at Western. That may not happen, but we did talk with athletic director Aaron Hyman. During the pregame, he let us know that he's got it all ready to go for wrestling tomorrow at Western High School, and he thinks he can get that wrestling meet in, probably a duel or I don't know how many teams will be there, but he thinks he can get that accomplished before the snow hits. So we'll hope that he can. And we'll also mention games happening tonight. Hamilton Heights is at Logansport. Central Catholic is at Covington. Rensselaer Central is at North White. Tri-County at Twin Lakes tonight. West Lafayette at Crawfordsville. And Western Panthers right here with the Tipton Blue Devils. 3:55 left, intermission clock. And tomorrow, Saturday, they were all evening games. I don't know how many of them will happen. But Benton Central is supposed to be at Hamilton Heights at 7:30. Clinton Prairie at West Lafayette, that's 6:30 game. Logansport 7:30, supposed to be at Rochester. 7:30, Rensselaer Central, supposed to be at Twin Lakes. If that happens, that is a West Division matchup in the Hoosier Conference. And a 7:30 game, Rossville supposed to be at Western. Not sure that'll happen, and we definitely know that the Tipton Blue Devils are not going to travel tomorrow night to Yorktown. So they're going to play that game. They think they will. They said it'll be after the first of the year. We'll find out. It's not absolutely necessary to play Yorktown, but that'd be a good game. But then we'll mention coming up this Tuesday. I think what Brian Wilkes also said that next Thursday, it's going to be 55 degrees. 55 degrees on Thursday, and then Friday it's going to be back to 27. So we're going to melt this snow, I hope. I don't like snow sticking around, but I do like it. I do like it for Christmas. So then again, we'll mention coming up around the Christmas break, during the Christmas break, Tipton Blue Devils are going to have a one-day tournament. That'll be on January 2nd of next year. It's going to be the Tippecanoe Valley Tournament. There will be 4 teams in that tournament. First game will be 10 o'clock on the 2nd of January. That'll be the Leo Lions at the Tippecanoe Valley Vikings. Then the 12 noon game, that'll be Tipton. Tipton Blue Devils will be going against Fort Wayne South, and they are the Archers. And then they'll play 2 games in the afternoon. One will be for third place, the other one for first. They must have an auxiliary gym because my notes tell me that they're going to play the 2 games in the afternoon at the same time at 2:30 p.m. And then we'll also mention Western. Western on December 29th and 30th, they will be at Delta High School, the Delta Tournament. There will be 8 teams in that Delta Tournament. Again, that's December 29th and 30th, right after Christmas. 12 games to finish that tournament. On the 29th, I'll mention it'll be Indianapolis-Hacina going against Connorsville. That'll be 9 a.m. How would you like to get up for a 9 a.m. game? Fort Wayne South, the Archers, yep, they're the opponent for Tipton on the 2nd of January, the Archers. But the Fort Wayne South Archers will play against the Western Panthers at 10:30 on December 29th. Belmont will be at the Delta Eagles at noon. Jennings County will be against the Seeger Patriots at 1:30. That'll finish up the first round. And I will mention that they'll play a consolation couple of games. And then on the 30th of December, they'll have game 11 and game 12. Game 11 will be at 6 o'clock, and that'll be for 3rd or 4th place. And then the final game at 8 o'clock on the 30th, that will be for all the marbles. 8 o'clock start time in the Delta tournament. So clock rolling down, 2 seconds, 1 second. Getting ready to play basketball here, second half. And the alternate possession arrow going to give it back to Tipton. Take that back. They're going to give the ball to Western. So Western's going to bring it in. It's going to be tossed in by 23, Eli Rowe. He'll toss it in to Carter Biggs. Also in the game for Western is 31, Brady Thompson. And also Levi Shoemaker. And now with the basketball is 15, Brett Khalil. He'll dribble in the paint and get it back outside, Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs jump, has to pass it. Behind the arc, 3-point shot wouldn't go. Shot taken there by 31, Brady Thompson. Rebound wouldn't go, and the putback and a rebound out of there for the Blue Devils. To the front court, Quinn Toll going to hand off. Peyton Aller deep in the front court. Working against him is Eli Rowe. Out behind the arc, gives the ball up to Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith on the dribble. Free throw line, he'll dribble in the paint. Take a shot in the paint, wouldn't go. Rebound fought for. Tipped out, picked up by Grayson McFalls. McFalls turnaround jumper on the baseline, shot wouldn't go. Rebound, Western. Carter Biggs going to go coast to coast. Going to get the bucket, and he'll shoot one. Carter Biggs, coast to coast in the paint. Puts one over the rim, gets the bucket, and he'll shoot one. They're going to whistle this foul on Tipton Blue Devil. Will be whistled on number 4, Quinn Smith. Quinn Smith has one foul here in the contest. Carter Biggs, 3-point play, rims around, wouldn't go. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. 28-25. Blue Devils by 3. In the front court on the dribble, Peyton Aller behind the arc. Kellen Williams, three-point shot, good. Left corner baseline, Kellen Williams, three-point shot is 31-25 in the paint. Carter Biggs, floater, wouldn't go. Might have been deflected there and picked up out of the air by Grayson McFalls. To the front court, left-handed layup, got the bucket. Peyton Aller, two-point bucket is 33-25. Blue Devils by 8. Out top of the basketball, moving around the perimeter. Three-point shot, rims off, would go, shot taken. Brady Thompson, rebound, Kellen Williams. Be a sub check in next to the ball. It's going to be number 20, Gavin Hartzler, for Coach Bennington. Spin move at the free throw line in the paint. You're going to have to get rid of it. Quinn Toll in the paint picks up the dribble. He'll dish it down low, and it's going to be a 3-second violation called against the Blue Devils. 6:12 on the game clock. Taking a breather for the Western Panthers is number 15, Brett Calillo. As mentioned, back in the ball game for the Panthers, number 20, Gavin Hartzler. Going to bring the ball through the timeline, Carter Biggs. The kick it to the corner, Hartzler now back out top. Carter Biggs, he'll dribble in. Working against him, Peyton Aller in the paint, kicks it back out behind the arc. Working right there is Eli Rowe. Eli Rowe working against Quinn Toll. 5:48 on the game clock. Reach in, no foul. Going to go off the glass. Got the bucket. Carter Biggs protecting the basketball with the body and went off the glass right side. 2-point bucket. 35-27 on the dribble. Grayson McFalls. He'll get it back. Quinn Toll now back out top. Peyton Aller. He'll dribble in. Peyton Aller in the paint. He'll take a shot. Wouldn't go. They're going to blow the whistle, and one official is going to call a foul. It was way out top, but as the officials go, I have heard you don't want to call foul in another official's territory. They call that showing the guy up, and I can believe it. So free throw good, Peyton Aller. That foul whistle on Western Panther, 23, Eli Rowe. He has 3. So Peyton Aller going to get one more. 5:27 left, rimmed around, wouldn't go. Rebound, Eli Rowe. Outlet, left side, Carter Biggs crossing the timeline. Slow pace, we're going to get him. Peyton Aller, crossover dribble. Elbow right side, picks up the dribble. Looking to get rid of it, does. Levi Shoemaker back to Carter Biggs. Long three-point shot, Biggs, rims out, would go. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. McFalls going to try to get the ball back, and he will. To Quinn Smith, he's going to try to go the distance. They go off the glass, put some English on that ball while he was falling down and got the bucket off the glass. Quinn Smith for 2. 36-27. Blue Devils by 9. Ball in the front court, Carter Biggs. Going to hand off. Out behind the arc, Biggs going to have the basketball again. A crossover. Going to dribble in the paint. They're going to call a foul. They're going to whistle this on Tipton. And that foul's whistled on 22, Kellen Williams. And Carter Biggs going to be helped to his feet there. We'll hope he'll work this off. He's got some low tops on. Might have stepped on a foot. And we know Burke Emmert is on hand here tonight. He's ready to help as soon as he is summoned. And he's going to walk across the bench area right there and go check on Carter Biggs, see if he can do any good for him, because he's a good man. He'll be brought in right of the bucket on the baseline and be tossed in by Western Panther, Brett Calillo. They'll work it out top, Eli Rowe. Eli Rowe being guarded there by Quinn Toll. Back out top, they're moving around the perimeter. Thought about a 3, going to dribble in, and the paint kicks it back out. 15, Brett Calillo. To the corner, 3-point shot in the air, good. Western Panther, number 20, Gavin Hartzler. Hartzler hits his first 3-point shot of the season. 4:16 on the game clock. 3-point shot out top when to go as Grayson McFalls. Rebound Western. Hartzler with the rebound. Will be tipped away. A nice steal there. Good anticipation by Quinn Smith. He'll bring it across the timeline. We're going to see Carter Biggs back in the ballgame. 4 minutes left, halfway through the third quarter. 36-30. Tipton by 6. So working out top. Kellen Williams, he'll take a 3. Rimmed off, wouldn't go. Rebound Karams to Quinn Toll to get it outside the paint and get to Grayson McFalls. And McFalls going to not get the ball on the floor quick enough to take that first step into the paint. So a traveling violation, going to give it back to Western. Taking a breather for the Western Panthers is 31, Brady Thompson. So they're bringing it to the timeline. It's Carter Biggs back in the ballgame. He's good. And no pun intended, he's good. On the dribble, back out top, moving the basketball. In the paint, they'll bounce it out top. Left elbow extended, three-point shot, good. Western Panther, number 15, Brett Khalil. Brett Khalil hits a three-point bomb. First one of the season. So we're back in. Quinn Toll out top. Grayson McFalls wants to give the ball up. Wants to get it to Peyton Aller. He will. Peyton Aller going to dribble it right side in the paint. Take a shot off the glass. Wouldn't go. Rebound put back. Grayson McFalls wouldn't go. Got his own board. Couldn't get the second put back. Rebound Western. Print at the board. Gavin Hartzler to the front court off the glass. Good. 23 Eli Rowe. It's 36-35. Tipton by one. Crossing the timeline. Quinn Smith picking up a screen from Grayson McFalls. Pretty good dribbling exhibition. Pretty good defense. Brett Khalil lost the handle. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to belong to Western. They're going to whistle a foul. They're going to whistle this foul on Tipton. Number 4, Quinn Smith. There's going to be a timeout call. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tipton, 36. Western, 35. And we do thank you for tuning in, and we'll mention, before we dive back into the action, we want to spotlight a business that's been printing success in our community for 50 incredible years. That's McCormick Printing Impressions. From business cards to banners, T-shirts to office supplies, MPI is your local full-service print shop delivering quality, great service, and creativity in every project. Family owned and operated for 2 generations, MPI knows that your first impression matters, so they make sure it's a good one. Next time you need something printed with perfection, turn to MPI, because at McCormick Printing Impressions, they don't just print, they help you make your best impression. I can vouch for that, McCormick Printing, and put me in sports. Known each other for a couple of decades, and I'm glad. Ball brought in, backcourt. Driving to the timeline, going to dribble across. Carter Biggs, front court, they go to the corner with it. Working the basketball there. Brett Codillo trying to get back out to Carter Biggs. They go to the backcourt. It was not tipped by Tipton. It's an over and back situation. And Carter Biggs wants to know if they can bring the ball in from back there. And no, it's got to be brought in from where he touched it. But had it gone out of bounds, that'd be a different story. 2:28 left. Third quarter brought in by Quinn Toll. They'll go to the corner with it. Three-point shot wouldn't go. That was Isaac Cumberhouse. Levi Shoemaker going to pass it up to the front court. Now Eli Rowe in the paint, spin move. Couldn't get the shot to go. Got his own board. They'll move around the perimeter. Three-point shot in the air. Good. Western Panther, number 15, Brett Khalil. And the Western Panthers go on top, 38-36. 2 minutes left here in the third. Working the ball around the perimeter. Left side, Peyton Aller. Cross-court pass behind the arc. Isaac Cumberhouse being guarded by Carter Biggs. Carter Biggs reaches in there. Couldn't keep a hold of the basketball. Then working back to Isaac. In the paint, he'll float one up. Shot wouldn't go. Got his own board. Turnaround jumper wouldn't go. And Isaac Cumberhouse will shoot 2. They're going to whistle this foul on the Western Panther, number 23, Eli Rowe. He picks up foul number 4 here in the ball game. And he's going to take a breather after this first shot. Isaac Cumberhouse. First shot, rims around, wouldn't go. So in the ball game for Eli Rowe is going to be number 30, Maddox Williams, 6'2" junior. Chips in with 5 points a game. Isaac Cumberhouse, second shot short off the rim, wouldn't go. Couldn't get either. Ball ends up in the hands of Carter Biggs. He'll bring it across the timeline. 138, he'll dribble in. Pass it down low. Levi Shoemaker gets the bucket. And I'm down again is Carter Biggs. Might have re-injured that ankle. And they do stop the play. Carter Biggs, during the shot, he dished off to Shoemaker. Shoemaker got the bucket, but Carter Biggs hit the deck, and they're going to check on him again. And Cameron Bennington, coach, is going to go over there and pick him up. They know when coach helps you off the court, you got to take a breather. But if the coach doesn't go out to check on the player, and he can continue, he can stay in the game. Even if a trainer goes out and he's still okay to stay in, he can stay in. But that coach goes out, that's a different story. We saw that in the girls' basketball game a couple of weeks ago. Might have been a week ago. I don't know how that happened. In the front court with the basketball on the dribble, Peyton Aller. Elbow, left side, he'll dish it, right side, three-point shot. Isaac Hummerkaus. Short off the mark. Rebound, picked up out of there by Western. And Quinn Toll going to knock the ball out of bounds off of a Western Panthers. And that's going to belong to Tipton. Will be brought in right the bucket on the baseline. Will be brought in by Quinn Toll. 1:13 left here in the third. He'll bring it in, Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams out top. He guarded closely. They got the count going. He'll dish the ball off to Peyton Aller. 1:04 left. It's a 40-36 contest. Western by 4. Out top of the basketball, Quinn Toll. He's working right there outside the arc. You're going to get a little bit of travel step in there. A little bit of a quick step in there. They call it traveling violation. It's going to belong to Western. 54.2 left. Brought in from the backcourt. Going to bring it to the timeline. That's 15. Brett Khalil. He'll dribble the left side through the lane. Kick it off back outside. They'll work the basketball. Maddox Williams. They'll get it back to Khalil. He'll go baseline. He's going to be a foul whistled on the baseline. And Isaac Hummerkaus, a little reach in, trying to keep him from going baseline. So Hummerkaus picks up his second in the ball game. That's team foul number 4 on Tipton. 40.7 left. Behind the arc, 3-point shot, good. Western Panther, number 31, Brady Thompson. Thompson started this game shooting 42% from 3-point land. 28 seconds left. They're working in. Off the glass, nice move. Grayson McFalls. 43-38. Western by 5. 15 seconds left. We drive the lane. Kick it outside. 3-point shot. Way to go. 3-point shot tipped out of bounds. And Kellen Williams, fortunate he didn't get it over the back call. But it's going to stay in the front court with Western. 10.9 left. Can be brought in by Khalil. They'll work it back out. Bring it back out. That's Gavin Hartzler. They're going to work it back to Khalil. Khalil out top. 4 seconds. He'll dribble the lane. Float one off the glass. Got the bucket. Layup right side for Khalil. Puts Western on top at the end of 3 quarters. Western Panthers 45. Tipton Blue Devils 38. And we'll also mention tonight's ball game is in parts being brought to you by Lisa Stokes Bear. Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. Real estate IQ that will work for the benefit of you. Lisa specializes in residential and corporate relocations. She has a vast knowledge with more than 25 years of question answering experience. You can let Lisa look or let Lisa list. She knows each home is precious. That's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21, Sheets Company. She is highly recommended. She's a real estate agent and a real estate broker. To contact Lisa Stokes Bear by phone or by text message, you can dial her up at 317-513-4086. Again, 317-513-4086. It's Lisa Stokes Bear, Century 21. So the ball's going to be brought in half court. Alternate possession arrow is going to give it to the Tipton Blue Devils. It's going to be brought in by Kellen Williams. They go slightly backward. Brought in Peyton Aller. He'll be met there across the timeline by 15. Brett Khalil. He'll dribble in. Spin move in the paint. Turn around jumper off the glass. Got it. Peyton Aller for 2. 7:44. We're in the fourth quarter. 45-40. Western in front. They take a corner 3-point shot. Rims out. Wouldn't go. Going to belong to Tipton. That 3-point shot taken by 30. Maddox Williams. Going to be brought in backcourt by Peyton Aller. He'll bring it to the timeline at a walk pace. Be picked up again across the timeline by Brett Khalil. Stationary dribble. He'll work it left side. Behind the arc, Jace Clark. Back out top. Peyton Aller. 7:22 left. Fourth quarter. He'll hand off. Kellen Williams in the paint. He'll float one up. Shot wouldn't go. Might have been deflected. Rebound out of there. Picked up by Levi Shoemaker. To the front court with the basketball. Carter Biggs works it right side. On the dribble, working the ball around. Carter Biggs, 3-point shot. Couple of steps behind the arc. Right elbow extended. It's 48-40. Western by 8 in the front court. Peyton Aller. Dribble in the paint. Quinn Smith to go up and under. We're going to whistle a foul. I'm going to say he got part of the forearm, but he locked him up pretty good. Looked like a jump ball on that shot attempt. They're going to call him on the forearm. They're going to whistle this foul on Brett Khalil. Brett Khalil weighs number 15. Started this ball game. 6-foot junior. Picks up number 2. First shot short off the rim. Wouldn't go. For Quinn Smith, he'll get one more. So number 30, Maddox Williams, going to check out of the ball game. Back in the ball game for Western is number 20, Gavin Hartzler. 48-40. 6:51 left here in the fourth quarter. Western in front. Second shot, rims out long, wouldn't go. Fighting for the board there, picked up by Shoemaker of Western. So bring the ball into the timeline is number 15, Brett Khalil. He'll dribble in, pick up the dribble out top of the circle. They'll work it back, bring it back around. Brady Thompson, left side. Going to dribble in, they go to the corner with it. Carter Biggs, 3-point shot, rims out, wouldn't go. Rebound, Grayson McFalls. 6:28 on the game clock. In the front court, Quinn Smith. On the dribble, he'll pick it up. And they're going to whistle a foul. Going to be a reach-in foul. Foul on number 22. They're going to whistle this on no 22. He got a wrong number there. It's not a 22. They're going to say either 24. 24, Carter Biggs. He's going to pick up the foul. He's played the whole game. He gets his first foul in the ball game. On the dribble, Jace Clark through the lane. Kicks it back out, Kellen Williams. Back out top, Peyton Aller. Now working it back around the perimeter. Quinn Smith now inside to Grayson McFalls. McFalls brings the ball down. They knock it free. Picked up by Quinn Smith. They go outside the arc. 3-point shot good. Number 22, Kellen Williams. 3-point land. And Kellen Williams started this game at 42% behind the arc. So it's going to be a full 60-second timeout called right here. And we'll mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Rutledge Well Drilling. Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service Incorporated. When you think of water, think of Rutledge Well Drilling. Pumps, sales, service, water conditioning, water softeners, iron filters, and trenching. You can call Rutledge Well Drilling and Pump Service. Call them at 765-292-2315. Again, 765-292-2315, or visit them on the website, RutledgeWellDrilling.com. They're just west of Atlanta, about a mile and a half, probably, right there off of 19 on 296th Street. They are licensed, insured, honest, dependable, and always professional. That's Mike, Nathan, and Levi Rutledge. And yes, Mike is still the main drip. We're going to bring the ball in backcourt. Western Panthers with trot to the timeline with the basketball. Brett Khalil. He'll dribble right side. Picks up the dribble outside the paint, left side around the perimeter. On the dribble now, it's 20. Gavin Hartzler picks it up, right elbow. They get the ball back from Shoemaker. Get a new dribble. Working against him is Quinn Toll. 5:44 on the game clock. 48-43. Western by 5 with the basketball in the front court. Going to bring it back out and reset the offense. Carter Biggs going to dribble in and take a floater in the paint. Wouldn't go. Rebound, Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams going to throw the ball away. They're going to go the distance. Back up with a shot. Carter Biggs. Kellen Williams made a pass not knowing that they were going to lay back in the weeds and intercept that pass. So about the first thing I've ever seen Kellen Williams do that wasn't quite right. That guy, for a freshman, his upside is incredible. First shot good, Carter Biggs. Back in the ball game for Tipton, number 40 is Jace Clark. 5:26 left. 49-43, and now 50-43. Western Panthers by 7. 5:22 on the game clock. Crossing the timeline, Peyton Aller. Crossover dribble. They work at left side, Jace Clark. They bring it back around. Jump shot. They get a jump pass to the corner. Kellen Williams. 3-point shot wouldn't go. Rebound Western. 15. Khalil. Khalil's going to go baseline. They'll tip it back out. 3-point shot on the way. Brady Thompson rims out. Long Karam picked up at the right elbow by Jace Clark. Going to go to the timeline. Going to walk it into front court. Peyton Aller. Peyton Aller going to work it right side and give the ball up. Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams spin move at the right elbow. They'll work it back out. Peyton Aller. Aller going to dribble in. Try to go to the corner with it. Stepping in, intercepting the pass, going the other way. It's Carter Biggs outside the arc. Biggs, right side, behind the arc. He'll bring it back out and reset the offense. 4:30 left here in the fourth. Double team. Biggs going to pass out of it to Levi Shoemaker. They'll go the corner with it. Khalil. And there's going to be a timeout called. Timeout called right there by the Western Panthers. Will be a 30-second timeout for the Panthers. And I will mention this game is also in part being brought to you by Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies, you can shop them online at noblesvilletrophies.com or stop in, if only to browse around. 1740 South 10th Street, Noblesville, Indiana. They've got trophies, awards, plaques, and more. They've got fast turnaround. Prices are low. They're so low you may want to be a repeat customer. That's Noblesville Trophies. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can reach them by phone by dialing 317-773-7391. The Western Panthers are going to bring it in left of the bucket on their own baseline. It'll be tossed in right here by Carter Biggs. Senior athlete, he'll bring it in. He'll get the ball back from teammate Hartzler. Outside, Peyton Aller guarding the basketball. You guarding Carter Biggs. They've been that way all night. On the dribble, working in and go down low. Levi Shoemaker inside out. On the dribble, again, that's Gavin Hartzler. Didn't have a shot. We're going to back out top. 4:05 left. 50-43, dribbling in baseline. He didn't bring the ball back out with Shoemaker. On the dribble there is Brett Khalil. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Tipton. Going to stay in the front court with the Western Panthers. They'll bring it in from side court. Adjacent with the middle of the lane. It's going to be tossed in again by Carter Biggs. They're tossing in behind the arc. 15, Brett Khalil being guarded there by Quinn Smith. Double team now. They're working in. Elbow left side to bring the ball back out. Brett Khalil. Khalil being guarded by Quinn Smith. They'll bounce it, and Quinn's hole nearly with the interception. They'll go baseline. He'll bring it back out. Gavin Hartzler. 5 closely guarded, pretty close. I think the count was on. Got rid of it evidently in time. 3.5 minutes left. Out top of the basketball. Carter Baker was being guarded there by Peyton Aller. Cross-court pass. The Blue Devils going to have to think about a foul here shortly. Blue Devils have 1 foul in the quarter. They've got 3 to give. Going to work it back and forth. Now Brett Khalil. Free throw line and bring it back out. Khalil got near the center circle. They'll bounce it back around. 20, Gavin Hartzler. Ball finally goes out of bounds on an errant pass, and Tipton is going to get the ball back without a foul. 3:05 left. Taking a breather is Quinn Toll. He might have been in for defensive purposes. Number 40, Jace Clark, back in the ballgame. Crossing the timeline, Tipton Blue Devil, Peyton Aller. Aller picking up a screen there from Grayson that falls. Picks it up out top of the circle. Works the right side. Kellen Williams. Now back left side. Behind the arc is Jace Clark. Now back to Peyton. Peyton Aller with the basketball being guarded there by Carter Biggs. They're working through the corner. They're working inside. Going to go over the hands of Jace Clark and into the hands of Carter Biggs. 2:32 left here in the fourth quarter. 50-43. Will be a foul whistled out top. They're going to whistle this foul on Tipton. Number 40, Jace Clark. Jace Clark picks up number 1 in the contest. That's 2 on the Blue Devils here in the fourth quarter. Western Panthers also have 2 in the ball game for Tipton. It's Quinn Toll. Taking a breather is Jace Clark. Going to work it in backcourt. Quinn Toll, foot for foot right there with Carter Biggs. He'll pass it to the front court. That's number 23, Eli Rowe, back in the ball game. He's playing with 4 fouls. He had to set a good while. Coach Bennington put him in right here, just over 2.5 minutes left here in the fourth. Over to Carter Biggs. He'll pass it to the timeline. We're going to back and forth. Going to be stolen by Quinn Smith. He'll pass it up ahead. Peyton Aller off the glass. Left-handed layup. Good. 50-45. 2:08 left. Western in front. Western with the basketball in the front court. Carter Biggs. He'll bounce through the corner. Thought about a three. Going to bring it back out. Working around the perimeter. 3-point shot in the air. Rims off. Wouldn't go. Shot taken there. Brady Thompson. And Western gets the rebound. And they're going to call a timeout with this possession. And work this in the front court with Coach Bennington. So it's going to be a 60-second timeout. And while we're thinking about it, we'll talk about national high school boys basketball stat leaders. I've got the top 3 national high school basketball stat leaders. This is for scoring. At number 1, where's number 5? He's a senior, Jason Crow, 6'4", 170. He's a point guard from Inglewood, California. In 6 games, he's averaging 43.2. 5 rebounds per game, 5.7 assists per game, and 5.2 steals per game. Jason Crow. At number 2, Michael Williams. This is son Michael Williams. He wears number 45. He's also a senior, 6'1", 175, a guard. He's from Muddy River Home School. That's in Jackson, Mississippi. In 7 games, he's averaging 34.4, 14.6 rebounds per game, 8.3 assists per game, 3.1 steals. At number 3, he wears number 23. Again, it's Jordan Weiland, senior, 6'5", 185, point guard, shooting guard. He's from Texas. 7 games, 34.2 average, 10.6 rebounds per game, assists per game 5, and steals per game 5.1. Will be brought in, left of the bucket on the baseline. Western tosses it in. Carter Biggs deep in the front court. Working back around, Eli's going to get the ball back. That's number 5, back out top, 23, Eli Rowe. They're working down baseline. Levi Shoemaker just playing catch back and forth, trying to see if Tipton is going to foul anytime soon. 50-45 to the corner. 1.5 minutes left, 90 seconds. Western in the front court. On the dribble, Eli Rowe will go off the glass. Couldn't get the shot. Being contested there by Grayson McFalls, and McFalls going to pick up the foul. So Grayson McFalls picks up number 3 in the ball game. That's 4 on the Blue Devils here in the fourth quarter. At the free throw line, Eli Rowe, first one long off the rim, wouldn't go. Back in the ball game for Tipton is Jace Clark and 22, Kellen Williams. Taking a breather, Quinn Toll and Isaac Humrickhouse. 1:22 left. Fourth quarter, 50-45. Western, and shot wouldn't go. Still 5-point deficit for the Blue Devils. 1:18 on the game clock. In the front court, Peyton Aller. Working out top, Grayson McFalls. Left side, Jace Clark. He'll dribble in, elbow right side. They'll kick it to the corner. Quinn Smith. Defense is good. Eli Rowe. They go to the corner. Carter Biggs going to go baseline. Going to bounce the ball back to Grayson McFalls on the opposite baseline. Lost the handle. They're going to whistle a foul on Western. 24, Carter Biggs. Going to pick up his second foul in the ballgame. 58.6 left. 50-45. Western Panthers in front with just under a minute left. We'll also mention this game is in part being brought to you by Discount Copies. Discount Copies, conveniently located at the west edge of Noblesville, Indiana. They're just behind Pizza Hut and next to Bowl 32. That's along State Road 32, Noblesville. At Discount Copies, they provide setup services where you can turn your artwork into things such as note cards, notepads, prints, and calendars. And it's never too early to think about personalized Christmas cards. Personalized Christmas cards, oversized printing, also available. And if you're planning a wedding, they can print all of your necessary needs. Call them at 317-773-8783. Ball's going to be brought in, Blue Devils. Right of the bucket on the baseline, bringing in Peyton Aller. Outside, behind the arc, Quinn Smith, now back to Kellen Williams. Kellen Williams being guarded there, they're working down low. On the cut on the baseline, got it. That was two, Peyton Aller, and a good find by freshman Kellen Williams. So that foul listed on Western Panther, number 15, Brett Khalil. He picks up his third foul in the ball game. And they're going to go offense and defense again here. They're going to bring Owen Spidell in the ball game, play defensively. Also in the ball game is Quinn Toll. 50-47. And now 50-48 as Peyton Aller hits three-point play. Will be brought in from backcourt. Blue Devils going to provide pressure. Nearly a steal. Knocked out of bounds and last touched by Quinn Smith. What an effort. Quinn Smith picking up where he left off a year ago with Coach Hawkins. They're going to have some sweat on the floor. You know they got perspiration. They're going to throw a towel down there. They're going to try to pick it up. The ball's going to belong to Western. And then they will wipe this up. And Coach Tommy Newton is going to use this free timeout. Have a few words with his guys. And the principal of Tipton High School, Mr. Craig Leach, out there with a mop, cleaning up some sweat. He does more than just principal activity. Going to be brought in from the backcourt. 46 seconds. Brought in. Picked up again. Crossing the timeline, Brett Khalil. To the front court, Levi Shoemaker. They tried it down low. And it's going to be a foul whistle on Quinn Toll. Quinn Toll trying to make the steal. Kind of went through Eli Rowe. And that's going to be a shooting foul. Going to be two shots. Fifth foul here in the quarter by Tipton. So Quinn Toll has two in the ball game. At the free throw stripe for Western, number 23, Eli Rowe, began this game at 60% from the stripe. 40.1 seconds left. 2-point ball game. 50-48. First shot, Western rims off. Still 50-48. Western by two. So Quinn Toll going to take a breather. Owen Spidell going to take a breather. Jace Clark back in the game. And Kellen Williams. So 23, Eli Rowe has one more. Second shot, good. Western Panthers by three. 51-48, 40.1 seconds left. Brought in Quinn Smith. Now Peyton Aller across the timeline. Picks up a screen. He'll use it again from Grayson McFalls to get it back to Kellen Williams. Out top, a lot of shirt grabbing. Out top, Kellen Williams. Now Peyton Aller. He'll dribble the paint and kick it back out. 3-point shot off the rim. Wouldn't go. Shot taken by Jace Clark. They're going to whistle a foul. And that ball was free there. And they're going to whistle this foul on Western Panther. Number 20, Gavin Hartzler. At the free throw line, shooting two. That's the fifth foul in the quarter by Western. So we'll shoot the rest of the way. 22.3 left. Grayson McFalls gets the first one. They'll get one more. It's 51-49. Back in the game for Tipton is 23, Quinn Toll. And number 11, Owen Spidell. 22.3 left. 2-point ball game. Grayson McFalls will have one more. Second shot, long off the rim and go. Rebound fought for, goes out of bounds. They're going to say it was last touch by Western. So the official going to point the way of the Blue Devils. The ball's going to be in the front court for Tipton and be brought in half the front court, adjacent to the scores bench, right close to the Spirit section. And it's going to be inbound by Quintoll. Guarding the inbound is number 23, Eli Rowe for Western. Looking to get free, a pass in backcourt, Peyton Aller. 18 seconds left. Aller on the dribble. He'll go to the corner with it, Kellen Williams. 2-point ball game. Blue Devils going to drive the lane. Tipped away, picked up by Quinn Smith. They'll work it down low. Going to be intercepted by Western. And Western going to get fouled in the backcourt with 3.8 left. Blue Devils had the opportunity. Western Panthers playing that tight defense once again. So timeout on the floor. And that foul's whistled on Quinn Smith. So Quinn Smith going to pick up his 5th foul in the ball game. So he'll exit the ball game. Coach Tommy Newton knows he's got 30 seconds. Quintoll back in the ball game. So Quintoll. And they're going to play in the front court. There's going to be a foul whistle, and that was on Quinn Smith. So he'll set down with 5. They walked the distance, and Carter Biggs was the recipient and absorbed the foul. So he'll shoot 2. 3.8 left. First shot, Carter Biggs, short off the rim. Wouldn't go. And Coach Bennington just going to go with Carter Biggs on the foul line. The rest of his guys behind the 3-point line. Second shot up, good. It's a 3-point game. Blue Devils need a 3. They're bringing it in from backcourt, 3.8. They push it to the front court, it's intercepted. And it's going to belong to the Western Panthers. And the final score here tonight, Western Panthers 52. Tipton Blue Devils 49. And that first game for both teams. Hoosier Conference East Division. So we're going to bow out of here. We thank you for tuning in. And we'll remind you that the Tipton Blue Devils will not play tomorrow night. The Yorktown game is postponed. And we're not sure about Rossville at Western. Check your local listings. But we will remind you, next game on the agenda for the Blue Devils is going to be Tuesday. It'll happen on Tuesday this coming week. Tipton will be at Muncie Central. That'll be 7:30 for the varsity on Tuesday the 16th. And if I'm not incorrect, Twin Lakes will be at Western on Tuesday the 16th. We thank you for tuning in. We thank my wife back home for sound check. And we'll mention, no matter if you're home or away, if you're doing the teaching and the learning, don't let him go. Keep the fire burning.